Marotta's Moneyball question. So I'm going to let Maddie take us home here.
All right, Corey, I got one serious question for you and one non-serious question. So I'll start with the serious question. One of my guys just got recruited by the University of Maryland. He committed. He's going to go there. Now that person, I feel like, put himself in a great spot to be seen. If you're talking to any of these guys, him, for example, played for a great club team. Jim Wadaka Baseball. I mean, obviously, Jim. I'm very close with Jim. Putting yourself in the right place to succeed is everything. Did he do every event under the sun? No. He put himself in a few events that, gave him the opportunity to be seen and understood that this wasn't the finish line. There's things that he needs to work on. I mean, an hour after he committed, he called me, and I was honest with him. I said, listen, enjoy this for a few hours, and then tomorrow, you're back to work. And I was honest with him. I said, these are the things that we need to still continue to work on. But one of the biggest things is understanding the process. Too much is almost a bad thing as well. So if I'm a recruit, I'm in New York, New Jersey, what's the best way to be seen by a Maryland? Is it the camp route? I'm a person that loves the camp route just because, listen, if you go to a University of Maryland camp and you're 92 miles an hour from the left side, you might have a conversation depending on what year you are, depending on a lot of different things. But it gives the players a feel for the coaches, how they coach, being with the hitting coach, being with the pitching coach. So, what's a good balance in your eyes, showcase events, tournaments, that you've seen?
Great question. I think kids have to go to camps for a lot of reasons right now. One, you can't take an unofficial visit until September 1st of your junior year anymore. So if you don't go to college camps, technically you don't unless you're going on your own, you don't really get to see campuses. Also, you're not allowed to have conversations with kids anymore until September 1st of your junior year. So how do you talk to coaches? You don't know really what they believe in or how you mesh with them. I think the other thing is you go to a camp, you can see if it's recruiting driven or they're actually trying to teach you. If you're lucky enough to go to a camp where they put player development and teaching as a priority, then you're hopefully going to get to understand something about what that person believes or the system or how they do things. I also think that camps are generally more affordable and it's more of a direct target to what you're looking for. Something I tell everybody is if you were to go into a guidance counselor and they were to say, regular person not going to play sports, where do you want to go to college? The guidance counselor would say, you got to have 5 schools that are your reach schools. You got to have 5 that are your fit that you profile into, and you got to have 5 safety schools, or sometimes it's 3, 3, and 3, and then you do your homework on that. Kids need to figure out where they fit. So they have to have an honest assessment of what they are and who they are as a player, and you need to do the same thing. And for athletes, it's twofold. It's where do you fit athletically and where do you fit academically? So if you do both of those things, then you can now say, okay, well, let's target the schools that are my reach schools. Let's only go to their camps. Let's target the schools that I fit into. Let's only go to theirs. Let's only target the safety. That's a good way to start. If you're going to target those schools, everybody gets a million emails. Don't put time and effort into it. Do something that's going to catch the person's eye. If you get 100 emails a day, what's going to allow yours to stand out? So do your homework and research and put time and effort into that. And then in terms of, I think always playing competitive games is important. I think playing at things at Diamond Nation are good just because they're, especially for Northeast kids, because there tends to be a little bit more centralized, like a lot of coaches are there. It's a little bit more bang for your buck. But I'm not as big as like how do you get seen. I'm more big into how you develop. Right. Because if you get good, I mean, listen, if you're legit, like if you can really throw the ball and you send somebody a video where you're 90-92 with a plus breaking ball, they'll find you. They'll come get you. You can be whatever. We'll come get you. You got a beautiful swing and you got all this game footage of you just hitting linea after linea, all right, that kid's swing's pretty good. I want to see that kid. I'm going to go see him, So I think rather than everyone's focus is on where do I go to get seen. Well, there's also a problem with when you're not good yet when you're not very good and you're spending all of your time and money and resources on being seen on what travel team you're on, then you go to that travel team, you get seen, you're not any good, no one recruits you, and you're mad. It's the travel coach's fault because you didn't get recruited. Well, what about the fact that you're not good yet? So why don't you just figure out how to get better? And if you get better, then maybe you'll attract the things that you want. See, getting better is in your control. Having someone see you and like you, out of your control. So control what you can, get better. You know, you want to get a look by someone you like, figure out who you like, and go get seen by that person at that school. Figure them out. Do your homework.
Doesn't get any more money than that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Corey, just everything that you're saying, you know, I'm a believer in the development. You know, if I'm an athlete, yeah, I might throw 90 miles an hour. You know, that's great. But what are my weaknesses? You know, can I be honest with myself? Can I turn my weaknesses into strengths in the off season? You know, I think they're talented kids, but they're talented kids that say, okay, I'm talented. I've always done it this way. You know, hey, I really don't handle the breaking ball down and away very well. Oh, it's okay. I crushed the fastball. Well, why not work on that for 2 months? So when the season rolls around, you've now turned that weakness into a strength and just become a better overall player. So, you know, I couldn't agree more.
To go off that, right? Everybody's watching The Last Dance right now. The 3 superstars. Scottie Pippen went to an NAIA school and was the manager. Dennis Rodman went to a D2 school, okay? And Michael Jordan, everyone always makes a big deal about the fact that he was cut. But let's break this down for 1 second. He was cut from his high school varsity team as a sophomore, and as a junior, he was first team All-State. That's remarkable.
That's development right there.
Yeah, and then as a senior, he was a McDonald's All-American. So he went from, let's look at this track record. Didn't make the team, All-State, McDonald's All-American. Freshman year, game-winning shot in the national championship game. Does that happen anymore? No, everyone goes, oh, I got cut. It's the coach's fault. I'm going to change schools. And then, they don't get better. You know, Scottie Pippen was the manager at NAIA school. He's one of the 50 greatest players to ever play the game. How many people right now would be a manager at an NAIA school and be like, you know what? I'm going to be one of the 50 best to ever do it. Probably not many, you know, because they want instant gratification. So
Corey's giving me the chills. I'm about to put on a Terp jersey right now and just get ready to go.
That's the greatest team to ever step on any sport. Like that's the greatest basketball team ever, and they had 3 misfits to go on to be 3 of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Yeah.
But Corey, like you're saying, you know, there's a routine to this. There's, okay, hey, I might be on the treadmill at 10 o'clock at night. I might be doing my arm care. I might be doing my mobility stuff. You know, trust in the preparation that you've done, and then everything on the field takes care of itself.